aside from a huge issue. So now, in the next 5 years, researching and reading ahead, you'll find that there is quantum computing coming. What the classical computer will fail to do in the next 5 years, the quantum computer, of course, we are told, it will crack in minutes. So, forging ahead, we need to realize that the way we see threats now, people will breach our environments, they will breach our data while in their bedroom sleeping, having coffee, and they just press a button and you're breached. So we need to start moving ahead, think ahead, look at how we can combat that type of sophistication in terms of perpetrators. And that's where now we talk about AI, machine learning, because you cannot do it at the human pace. It has to be at machine pace because the bad actors have already advanced into that direction. They right now there's what we call a dark web. Maybe all of us here, our information has already been sold, we don't know. It takes a person who wants to breach a particular subject of interest to go and buy that data from the dark web and then use it against you. So we need to start focusing and thinking ahead around what is yet to come. It will be bigger than just mere ransomware and denial of service. Thank you.
Wow, that in itself sounds a little bit scary. Really, to hear that somebody can hack all that information from the comfort of their bedroom and use it against you. It's like you have a bullet coming your way and you can't even see it. So I think as the next speakers are speaking, I would love to learn how best now can we innovate to stay ahead of these threats? How best can we protect ourselves from these anticipated threats that we foresee coming in the near future?
I thought you would be taking note of something. All right. Allow me to quote something I picked when I looked at the tweet that was spoken by Barack Obama. He said, securing cyberspace is one of the great challenges of our time. But by working together, we can build a future we want. A future defined not by fear, but by hope. A man used to use the word hope. By understanding and securing in our interconnected world. That was quoted by Obama. So coming to your question about the future, so it was anticipated to our colleagues in the US, even here we are facing the same. So considering your question, one of the issues that I can pick up, that one we have spoken about the technological side. Let me talk about the psychological side as well, which is social engineering. I will give another example that we can relate to at work and elsewhere. Even our homes, we have put up all these alarm systems. We are at work, but sometimes someone will come pretending coming from Lusaka Water and Storage, or someone pretending to coming from Zesco, and they will knock and just talk to the maid, and the maid gives them access while you have all these security at home. So the human factor remains 85% or even beyond as a threat. We have all these AI that you can talk about, and it can make us fear about the future. But a human personality remains the greatest threat. I mean that today we are free to use tools that are available on the internet. Yes. A company will spend $5 million or even $500 million, but this guy just using a phone with a 5 voucher bundles can bring down the company because it's just using a free and easy to use software somewhere. So there is all these availability of tools that are there that we also need to consider. When I say one factor, but when I install this software and I want to harm you, what will be the outcome when I harm you or I bring down any institution? These are the ethical issues that we need to think even as human beings. So human being remains one of the threats today and in the psychology of a human being.
Awesome. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, as we are winding up on this session, just in line with the same question you're from answering, how best can we ensure cybersecurity innovations are accessible to small and medium enterprises that may lack the needed resources? I think we'll start with my gender this time. How best can we ensure that cybersecurity innovations are accessible to small and medium enterprises that may lack the resources?
Am I audible? Okay. I think by having certain conferences like this, where we are able to reach out to diverse number of people from different sectors, where we can include SMEs and other sectors as well, that we were able to disseminate information and technologies and new information to them. Since most SMEs are not able to afford certain tools that organizations are able to afford. And also by maybe SMEs incorporating certain practices. And
Practices like which ones?
practices by maybe that would be less technical. Incorporating the cybersecurity practices, like Mr. Azra stated and Mr. Ali Kingston stated, that he looked about insider threats, spoke about human risk being a great factor. So maybe SMEs can be able to conduct security awareness training to the employees by highlighting certain security tips on social engineering attacks, phishing, and what to look out for. Therefore, I think I have answered your question.
Awesome. So the bedrock of this lies on accurate information dissemination to SMEs. Thank you very much, Madam Finn. Mr. Mazo.
Yeah, I would like to concur with her. Information is power. So before, if a company has a breach, it was forbidden to tell anyone that you have had a breach. But I think we need to transform or transcend that narrative, because how you were hit becomes a learning curve for the rest of the country. So we need to have forums where we can actually share this information and learn, so that the next targeted entity can preserve themselves from the same type of attack. At least let's have a different type of attack being successful. Because if you are secretive about what happened to you, what happens is that the bad actors, they don't need to reinvent. They will keep hitting you the same way, and you keep crumbling as a country. Last year, 2023, there's a report where 600 million was supposed to be siphoned from the economy. Now that's huge. And they were targeting financial institutions. Some lost, some were able to curb because there was information that was shared. So if this culture can continue, like even just the way we are gathered here, I take it this was free. So if you came and it's free, you get a lot of information which can actually help you plus everyone else in the country, makes the whole nation being safe at first hand. And then secondly, remember earlier I did mention that where we are headed, it's only going to get worse. So it is the duty of all of us to start looking at how can we have packages where small SMEs can subscribe at a level of a license which is affordable per user, per machine, or whatever it is. I think that is something that we can start as experts, advance to the ministry, and the ministry can help us through the channels of government. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mazo. Mr. Kingston.
Thank you. With your question, I will also pose a question. You asked how to help the SMEs. I will also ask you or even others, do they need our help or do they need your help? Remember, they say it's the sick it's a person who will meet the doctor, or they say each kind of people will. What I'm trying to say is, do these people really know that they need help? Do they really know that they have been attacked? And you can only know that you need protection when you know that you are vulnerable. What do I mean by that? I think there is so much information that needs to be shared with the SME so that they can now understand. Because the perception is that the cybersecurity is just for the banks. Cybersecurity is just for these corporations out there. And the more special that it is very expensive to some extent, like you have mentioned that some packages that can be released, or packages that can be specifically targeted for the SMEs. So perhaps to localize the situation, I think our SMEs is addressing SMEs, those visit the industrial area around and in town. They have to just need to understand someone to speak to them at their level, and we package the solution according to their needs. So we identify their needs and they accept as well that for sure they really need help. I think from there, we will develop a strategy that will be realistic and we will not be just be talking from nowhere. And this association, John mentioned that is providing some free solutions there. How many know, Mr. John, that you're providing these free services out there? Maybe it's only because I go over the internet, but perhaps if you join and many other associations went there, I think those people will be able to make informed decisions because they have been told and now they know and they say they are saying, I need your help. And they say, how can we help them? Now they need our help.
Wow, that was very comprehensive. So from your three responses, this all hinges on correct information dissemination, because how do we ask for help when we do not know that we are in need of the help? And I like the part that you used, on their level of understanding, because sometimes this cybersecurity information that people bring out there, it comes in a way that is very hard to decipher for somebody who hasn't studied computers or who hasn't been exposed to this cybersecurity information. So this has been very informative and educative. I've learned one or two things. It's been awesome having you on this panel, to the three of you. Under a minute, I'll ask each of you to just give us what is your message, our take-home message that we should get from this discussion from each of you under a minute. A short take-home message for us before we close our panel discussion.
Okay, I'll start. So my message would be, since we are all interested in cybersecurity here, and I think there will be a pitching session. As we start developing cyber tools, let those tools be user-friendly, because cyber is not only going to harm organizations, but it can also harm us as individuals. So when we design those cyber tools, they should be easy to use so that even those who are less tech savvy are able, using natural language, to understand that I need to have two-factor authentication, I need to do end-to-end encryption in natural language. So that would be my message to the people here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Maziba. Ms. Faith, what's the take-home message we should get?
My message would be mainly to appeal to the companies that are present here to invest in security awareness and training. As Mr. Mazwa and Mr. Ali Kinson has stated, the greatest threat that I believe currently is not only automation tools, but humans as well. Humans are a threat if they're not aware of the vulnerabilities and threats in the cyberspace. So I would mostly appeal to the SMEs and other companies present here to invest in security awareness and training, and also other students and other colleagues who are here to attend more of these conferences. You'll be able to learn a lot and be informative about what's happening.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Ms. Faith. Mr. Kingston.
All right, thank you. The future of our cyberspace lies not only in the technology and the experts that are there, But I think ultimately, making cybersecurity as part of our culture and our behavior. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So this marks the end of our panel discussion. Thank you very much for staying with us. I'm sure we have learned one or two things, and this has helped us even to shift our paradigm and perspective on cybersecurity. To the three panelists, thank you very much for your time. It was awesome to have you here. Please, we may go. A round of applause for them as they just leave the stage.